If you're trying to manually move your trailer around your driveway, then you're doing it wrong. Not only can you get hurt, but there's a much easier way, and that's with an electric trailer dolly. But with so many dupes on the market, it can be tough to find one that actually works well. So I compared the specs, dug through reviews, and checked real-world feedback to bring you the best electric trailer dollies. And if you find something you like, I'll leave links to all the electric trailer dollies in the description below. First up is the Trailer Valet 5X, which I ranked as the most budget-friendly electric trailer dolly. So if you ever tried to muscle a trailer dolly around by hand, you know it's no fun, and the 5X takes that struggle away. It's what I'd call a semi-electric dolly. You can use the hand crank if you want, or you can power it up with a drill, and this flexibility makes it easier to work with, depending on what you have on hand. Now the system mounts right onto the tongue of your trailer and has 2 gear options. The low gear gives you more control but takes longer, and the high gear moves faster with a bit more effort. Now the 5X is chain driven and rated up to 500 pounds of tongue weight and trailers up to 5,000 pounds, so it's not just for small setups. Plus the dual wheels help with traction, though on softer ground it can slip a little, so sometimes you'll need a solid surface or boards under the tires to get it rolling. And another good thing is that the steering handle doubles as a brake, though it can feel a little touchy until you get the hang of it. At under 500 bucks, the Trailer Valet 5X is a solid pick if you want a budget-friendly way to move a good-sized trailer without hooking up your truck every time. Next up is the Tow Tough 3500 pounds, which I ranked as best for RV owners. And I picked this one because it's a fully electric trailer dolly that takes a lot of the grunt work out of moving heavy trailers. It runs on a 24-volt rechargeable battery system, so you're not stuck cranking by hand or wrestling with a manual dolly. Just power it on and you can guide your trailer where you want it without needing to hook up your truck every single time. Now it has a 3,500 pound moving capacity and can handle up to 600 pounds of tongue weight. As far as the speed, it's variable in both forward and reverse, topping out about 1.5 miles per hour. And this might not sound so fast, but when you're steering a loaded RV or boat into tight spots, it actually feels quick enough. And here's what a buyer said. Works great for moving an empty trailer. My trailer weighs about 4,000 pounds. It moved it around nicely. Be sure to apply pressure downward or it will kick up on you. With the boat on the trailer, it's about 10,000 pounds. I was able to move that too, but be very careful. Keep down pressure on it and don't make too sharp turns or it will tip. This would probably work better for nothing over 4,000 pounds. I'm happy with it though. Now design-wise, it uses 2 13-inch main wheels and an 8-inch swivel wheel for support. And there's even a foot brace you can step on to add weight for extra traction if the ground is uneven. Up next is the Goodyear Electric Super Duty 7,500 pounds, which I ranked as best for rough terrain. And this dolly has huge pulling power for an electric model. If you ever fought with gravel, soft ground, or uneven spots, then the oversized all-terrain wheels on this one are exactly why it fits in this category. It runs on a 24-volt battery system with variable speed in both forward and reverse, topping out at about 1.5 miles per hour. And that might not sound fast, but it gives you control, and that's what you want when moving a huge thing. The thumb throttle and handle steering give you that control. Plus there's even an automatic brake built into the motor, so it stops cleanly when you let go. Now the construction is heavy-duty steel, so the unit itself is pretty hefty, and that makes it stable, but moving the dolly around without a trailer attached can feel kind of awkward. Also, because of its size, storage might be something to think about if your garage is tight. So if you're dealing with heavy trailers and rough ground, then the Goodyear Super Duty 7500 is built to make those moves a whole lot less stressful. Next is the Trailer Valet RV-R9, which I ranked as the best remote-controlled electric trailer dolly. Now this one's different from the others on this list because you don't have to walk behind it or crank it by hand because of the remote control. So you can literally just stand off to the side with the controller and move your trailer into the tight spaces while watching everything clearly. Now the RV-R9 is rated to move trailers up to 9,000 pounds with a tongue weight of about 900 pounds. And it also runs on a 24-volt lithium battery, which gives you close to about 30 minutes of continuous run time per charge. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but in practice, it's usually more than enough to park or reposition even a larger camper or boat. And what I like about this one is it has rubber threads instead of wheels. and these tracks grip different surfaces like gravel, asphalt, and even grass, which is why it works well where other dollies might slip up. And the wireless remote gives you a full 360-degree control with forward, reverse, and steering, all handled in the palm of your hand. Now, it is going to be a premium option, but for anyone who wants maximum control and less physical strain, especially in tricky driveways or storage areas, the RV R9 is in a league of its own. Up next is the super handy 3600 pounds, which I ranked as best for maneuverability, and this one stands out because it gives you full control when moving a trailer around in tight spots. This model is rated for trailers up to 7,500 pounds with a tongue weight limit of 1,250 pounds. And that means this trailer dolly can handle bigger campers or boats without a problem. Now under the frame, you'll have an 800 watt motor paired with two 12 volt batteries. They sit in a box that's easy to open, so replacing them down the road isn't going to be a headache. And the charging is pretty simple too. You just plug it in on the side and you're good. Now the hitch height adjusts between 17 and 25 inches with 6 quick pin positions, so it fits different trailers without fuss. And the powered 16-inch wheels up front do the heavy lifting, while the swivel casters on the back spin in any direction, which is why it can turn so tightly compared to other dollies. And here's what Barry wrote. This dolly is amazing. It just pulled a trailer full of cut wood. It pulls my other trailers and it pulls my lift around. It is small, compact, and extremely sturdy. It is the best of my tool arsenal. This is a must-have for any contractor or homeowner alike. Size is amazing. Ease of use is simple. Easy to assemble. Hands down the best purchase I've made this year. Just be aware that the controls are pretty basic. Again, you'll only have forward and reverse buttons, and it can feel a little jerky when stopping. On the flip side, that abrupt stop means the brakes are grabbing hard, which is good for some peace of mind. So for anyone dealing with narrow driveways, slopes, or tricky storage bays, this dolly takes most of the stress. Next is the Parkit 360 Force 10K, which I ranked as best for heavy trailers. And this trailer dolly can move trailers up to 10,000 pounds, which means you can haul even bigger campers and boats. And it hooks up in a smart way that comes with both 2-inch and 2 5/16" balls, so whether you have a smaller trailer or a full-size travel trailer, then you're pretty much covered. And instead of just dropping the coupler on top, just screw the post tight into the hitch. It gives you a solid locked-in feel that cheaper dollies don't. As for the power, it has a 12-volt battery that straps right on top. And I like that it's easy to pop off when you're not using it, so it doesn't slowly drain while sitting in storage. And there's even a little voltage meter and a charge port built right in, so you can check the battery before moving anything. Price-wise, it falls somewhere in the mid to high range, but if you're wrangling heavy trailers, then this dolly takes away a lot of the stress. Next up is the super handy 2800 pounds, which I ranked as the best value. And what caught my attention in this one is going to be the locking system of this trailer dolly. It locks on pretty tight to the hitch, and it even comes with both 2-inch and 2 5/16" balls to fit most trailers. Power comes from a 12-volt battery that straps right onto the frame, and you could also take it off when not in use so it doesn't slowly drain. It also has a voltage meter and charging port, which makes it easy to check the charge before you start moving anything. Now the controls are pretty straightforward and you can easily get the hang of them. And here's what Shelly wrote. Went together easy. Good instructions for what came in the box. It comes with a 2-inch hitch ball. Works like a charm even on light gravel with asphalt milling base. Sometimes I have to assist with a light push, but that is because I get in a hurry and try to accelerate too fast. Very satisfied. So if you're dealing with heavy trailers, it's one of the best value dollies you can get. Finally, at number 1 is the super handy 6-wheel 7,500 pounds, which I ranked as the best overall. And the design of this trailer dolly is one of the first things that stood out to me. It has 6 wheels instead of 2, and that gives it a lot more traction and balance, especially if you're dealing with slopes or uneven driveways. And this is also going to run on a pair of 12-volt batteries, and you get a simple handlebar setup for forward and reverse throttle. Plus, the controls are easy, and the differential helps you steer tight turns without all the hard pushing. Now, it's not a small machine. This thing is heavy and takes up space, but the weight is what keeps it steady while pulling. On the price side, it's actually on the affordable side for what it can do, and you might get the occasional wheel spin on slick surfaces, but once it catches, it keeps moving. Overall, it's a powerful option if you want a dolly that can take on heavy trailers without breaking the bank. And that's all for today. I hope this list helped you choose the perfect electric trailer dolly. And if you find something you like, don't forget to check the description to find links to all the electric trailers dollies mentioned in this video. Thanks for watching.